Hello, guys. Welcome to Let It Out. Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you. On this today's story, we are just going to go straight. Please, let's do it. So, and then we'll know what to do from there. Thank you.
About this issue. The thing is, I met this guy years back. I was in my final year in SHS and a virgin, but he was a graduate from the university and was doing his national service. I'm talking about never touched me for once. Fast forward, I completed school and gained admission to one of the popular universities. My guy was also done with his service but was preparing to travel abroad for his masters. Before he would go, he proposed to me and I accepted. We introduced each other to our families. Basic truth, he promised to keep in touch and come back for me after everything. And I promised to also keep my virginity for him till he comes back. Honestly, he kept in touch for the first 6 months and I realized his love for me was still there. He sent me money, phone, you can name it. But the thing is, after 6 months, I stopped hearing from him. All attempt to get to him proved futile. And it was like his family weren't hearing from him as well. What might have happened with my man? I shared this with my friends, and they told me all sort of things like he has found a more sophisticated girl out there and has forgotten about me. Some even shared how their boyfriends betrayed them when they traveled abroad. I believed them because it was obvious because I wasn't from a wealthy family, no class, you understand. I was heartbroken. I felt betrayed by him. I mean, after all the promises we made to each other, how could you do this to me? Sis, after a year, I managed to put my emotions in check because I had my friends with me, though I was still in love with him. I didn't allow it get the better side of me. There is this rich guy in my campus who kept asking me out. Honestly, I wasn't interested, but my friends talked me into dating him and all that. So gradually, I gave in to his proposal. This guy showers me with gifts. It was like heaven on earth. He even went as far as paying my tuition fees. Wow. But I was still holding my feelings not to fall for him. But after some time, I couldn't hold it anymore than to fall for him. Our relationship became very serious that I even forgot about my ex. In fact, I gave my virginity to him during the third year of our relationship. And it felt so good. I was like, so there is something sweet like this, and I've been running away from all these years. Well, he made me feel like a woman. In fact, my lifestyle changed. I was no more the naive, innocent girl. I was one of the classy girls amongst my peers. During my final year, I got pregnant for my new guy. He was working by then, and to my utmost surprise, he asked me to keep it. I was skeptical about it, but who wouldn't want to keep a baby for such a sweet, loving man? I told my parents about the pregnancy. They were disappointed at first, but they finally agreed to it. Says I left campus to go live with my man, and that was how my pain started. So it was true when they said all that glitters is no gold.
Yeah.
This guy changed drastically.
Okay.
Beating me be what? Womanizing be what? I was abused by him physically, mentally, and emotionally. My world began to crumble. It was as if I was dreaming. Those ones I called my friends turned backs on me, except for one friend who wasn't happy about my decision. She was the only one that supported me throughout my ordeal. At a point, I thought of ending it all. My hopes were shattered. I couldn't even tell my parents about what was happening. How would they feel seeing their only child go through this? Anytime they call, I had to pretend that all was well. He hardly gave me money to buy food. It was this, my friend, may God bless her. She always made sure I have eaten and took me to the hospital for my antenatal. I finally gave birth to a boy. Says I almost died, but God saw me through, so I survived it. Can you imagine? He never came to the hospital to see me. So I moved to my parents' house after birth. After 3 months, my father called him and asked him when he was going to marry me. Could you imagine? He said he wasn't interested in marrying me and that he only wants his son. When my father asked him what he meant by that, he insulted my father very badly. When my son turned 1 year, I was in my room and I heard a knock. Guess who? My ex. My heart skipped. It was as if my intestines wanted to pass through my heart. Hey, you, am I dreaming? To what do I owe this surprise visit? I asked him, says, do you know my pains? This guy didn't abandon me. He had a very big problem, reason why I couldn't hear from him. After his explanation, He told me he wanted to marry me and take me abroad with him. Born one like me. I broke down in tears. I cried like a hungry child sitting by her dead mom. Finally, he got to know I have a son. In fact, he was disappointed at first, but he said he still wanted to marry me. I thought
Wow.
it was a joke to make me feel better. This guy was damn serious. But now our only problem is his parents. They don't approve of the marriage. His mom said it would be over her dead body for her to allow her precious
Hey,
son marry a born
wahala,
one like me. I don't
wahala.
blame her though. My man is also adamant in making me his wife. He
Mm-hmm.
said we should go to court to sign and leave the country. But I also think it's not a good idea to do that because we need their blessings. Or what do you think about this? Should I go ahead without their blessings?
Wahala,
Please.
wahala. Heh, this wahala has worn shoe and jacket. Hey, see, me self, I'm confused. I must be honest with you. Eh? Okay, the reason we brought this story here is for you out there to give this lovely sister advice. If not just for her, for the sake of other sisters. Do you understand? You guys, girls, wherever you are right now, leave your comment in the comment section so that people can, whenever they come across this story, they will read your advices, your comment, and get sense from there. That's why we're bringing these stories here. I love stories though, because it makes me like know. Sometimes you think you know everything. No, it's not true. Please leave your advice. Leave it. Anytime anybody come across this story, the person will learn things from there. I'm going to leave you right here. I hope you enjoy this story. If you do not forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and subscribe so that whenever I bring another new story, you get to know. Do you understand? And we learn lessons from it. Let's help ourselves. Let me leave you now. I see you in my next story. Love you. Bye.